Good? Yes, we are good. Alright, everyone, welcome back to Jaraci Cup number 2. We can continue here now with a game between FrostyTeeth and Weebs from Groupstage A. Interestingly, this is actually the last game that was played from Groupstage A, if I remember correctly. I wonder if A-Game played his games with Heiza plays. I can't remember, but I don't think he did. I think he ended up just not showing for any of the matches, and so we ended up dropping him from the tournament. So, Sarah's playing Mountain Blade Warband. Haven't played that in ages. That's a good game. Too bad Bannerlord's never coming out, am I right? Too soon. Matchup here going to be Soban. Of course, it's got his Weebs. He's always Soban versus Coalition. And I've got this little text file here. Oh, I changed the volume so it's completely blocking my view. Okay, it says God Hates Weebs picking Firebase Curls. This is his map pick. Then Frosty picking the Boneyard. Alrighty then. I'll leave you first for God Hates Weebs. I think that's pretty standard for his build, I think. But I should actually pay a bit more attention as to like how he's doing it, so that I don't look like a fool in casting. Temperatures rising, as you would expect, as we push down deeper into the desert. The FrostyTeeth are going for Sport Cruiser first. I wholeheartedly support this. I get it. Although I probably would have gone 7-up, but Base Runner is kept as well. I like that a lot. I actually usually don't get the probe till after LAV Fab is started, but I think that's also justifiable. Discara probably has something to say about that. By the way, put in the comments down what you think of the sound mixing. I'm not sure if like the desktop is too loud here. Base Runner going to find that probe, takes him down to nothing %, so he's gone. It's a little bit unfortunate. You never want that to happen. You got to be really fast with those probes to keep him alive. It's looks easy when you see people like Discara and whatever doing it, but then you try it yourself, you're like, holy moly. LAV Fab on the way now for FrostyTeeth. So he was denied that information, so you gotta kind of wonder if you're him, like, well, there could be something coming out, couldn't there? Like, I wouldn't know necessarily, but you also know your opponent, you know what I mean? I mean, I think playing to the opponent all the time can be a little risky, because what if it's that one time he does something different? But, you know, you can kind of expect, like, yeah, I'm playing against God Hates Weebs. I know it's going to be a gunship, or like a bomber rush here, or a gunship, or something like that. Just don't even worry about it. So losing the probe not going to be the worst thing in the world for Frosty, I would assume. Base Runner's up here to support, but it is Soban. It could use the targeting jammer, perhaps, but we're not going to usually get too much value out of that. Although, I think to be fair, we've never seen anyone try it, really, but like, if there is a Soban main, he usually plays Coalition if he wants to do early game aggression like that for that turret. It's definitely going to be better, usually. AV Fab on the way now for FrostyTeeth. I'm appreciating this. Obviously it unlocks missile batteries, which he's probably going to be building eventually. Just a good tech overall, very safe. Could also go fighter and gunship, try to pressure it that way. With the carry production upgrade, you won't fall that far behind if your opponent goes fighter and gunship off of one base. And if he goes for bombers, you're definitely going to beat him. But yeah, AV Fabrication, very solid choice here. And again, that's the question, how much counter-stratting is too much counter-stratting? But we've seen God Hates Weebs do the same thing like almost every game, so that's how it is. Turret is actually set up here in the main. Usually I have like a natural reaction to say this is bad, but no, I think this is fine actually. Workers are getting dinked a little bit here, but Turret is up on the high ground too, so he's really taking names. However, we know what the plan is, right, from God Hates Weebs usually, is to kill with the bomber afterwards. I think he's coming in here too early. He doesn't have that bomber clearly. He's going to take it down to 3,500 HP. But yeah, Tactical Bomber is still 40 seconds away. Perhaps what he's gambling on here is, yeah, FrostyTeeth's not going to be able to heal this guy up by the time I get there. But I don't know, that seems a little unnecessary. I would probably have like dropped the bombs first and then come in and try to do the damage. But yeah, that turret going to claim several victims. Oh, you know what else he could have done? Yeah, let's drive up there with the Base Runner, use him as like the early game turret deterrent. That sounds funny. But, you know, something you could do against Coalition maybe is if you're expecting to pressure the main base, send this guy in there, just plop down that targeting jammer right on the turret and then use that to push on the attack. Especially because you know Coalition players are usually feeling pretty safe with that turret up. But in this case you could definitely kind of subvert that a little bit. Frame rates are still good, we'll see how long that lasts. Sport Cruiser comes out for God Hates Weebs and Bomber Fabrication is on the way. This poor LAV here, trying to get out. There's no escape. Second artifact picked up here, but I rather expect that's going to go nowhere. But one of them was extracted from Gaudate's Weebs, which is nice, especially as playing this kind of bomber style, he's got a real problem with AAVs like that. Oh, and look at this, FrostyTeeth making missile batteries. Very good read there. That's what I was talking about with like the counter-stratting your opponent. He's blind teching and then building anti-air because he knows, like, it's Gaudate's Weebs, he always does this. And so that, I think, is just, that's a good sign, you know what I mean? That's telling me, yeah, he's aware of, like, what's going on here. Anyway, what was I getting at? I can't remember. Point is, it's good for Gaudate's Weebs, he's got one artifact, because he's going to probably be on the defense here, and he doesn't really have any units to defend. Doesn't want to use his bombers for that, obviously. So you see railgun fabrication starting to come out. But with that power, he is able to try and hold off here on the main. You know, just it's better than it would be if he did not have any carrier power. Still gonna be a little tricky here, though. This AV actually has gotten into a good position. Wants to push up here, see what kind of damage he can get to him. Bombs are out now. Actually, another artifact gonna get extracted here. This one by FrostyTeeth. Bring the scoreline to 1-1. That's always a nice place to be in. Good if your opener doesn't involve you getting a little bit behind in artifacts, right? There is no thing here. There's no healing for the Sport Cruiser. Let's see then if it goes. I think it will actually. Ooh, that was so close. Okay, it does actually survive. That's good if FrostyTeeth. Remember what I was talking about in the game between Gaudate's Weebs and A-Game Eggs. If you're moving that guy, he's going to take less damage. So, really good move there by FrostyTeeth. He knows what's going on. There is still poke potential. He's got to be careful with the Sport Cruiser, and I would say get him healing up. So, like, bring him underneath the carrier. Yeah, probably better to put the carrier over here, I guess. Take the Sport Cruiser, bring him back. Have these two guys together, heal up. You're good to go. The other thing to do, keep pressure up on the other front, and he's doing that, which is really nice to see. This AV, in fact, could just come in, like, there's nothing stopping him there. In fact, he could even get really cheeky, send in the base runner and put down a turret, you know, and just say, like, ah, how are you enjoying your air units, you know? Don't you wish you had something back here to defend? But not going to be that drastic, but he is getting damage done on the main here. He's going to lose one salvager already. Second one's certainly going to be killed by this AAV. There's no smoke or anything to block it, so that one goes down. Bombers are going to launch again, though. Is there healing for that Sport Cruiser? Not really. And so if the bombers get around, they are going to kill one off here. That's going to be a little bitter, I guess I would say. That's the thing, you have to react really quickly to heal the guys in this scenario, because they will die, like, really fast. Gaudate's Weebs is going to be scanning around, trying to see where he can find that Sport Cruiser, and he's got it. In he comes. Skadoosh. Down he goes. A little unfortunate. I think that was a little unnecessary, but it's hard to say. I mean, even when you do have anti-air, bombers tend to slip through, you know what I mean? Oh, but this is really bad. That's a dead bomber, right? Oh my gosh, alright. That is not a dead bomber. That's a third bomber. He actually has 3 now. Oh wow. Well, I mean, launch him to protect your eco, that's perfect. You're not revealing tech if you do that, so I would definitely be launching him to reveal, or to protect the eco. Anyway, if he's got 3 bombers like this, he could potentially be killing this guy too, right? Here's the number one thing I would say if playing against bombers. This is probably good advice. Probably, but I don't know. Is you've got anti-air, good, get more. Because, especially because bombers can kill missile batteries, but they can also just ignore them, just fly right past them, and really annoyingly stay alive, you know what I mean? And so, they're big investments. If you can kill one of them, you've done a lot of damage to your opponent, but killing them is really hard, so overbuilding into anti-air is probably better than underbuilding in that scenario. If you got anti-air, get more. That's my advice against bombers there. Frosty kind of doing that. So he's got 2 missile batteries here, got 2 here, got an anti-air turret close in the middle. I'm liking what I'm seeing there. Heavy vehicles upgrades coming out as well as he kind of builds on this, you know, triple armor strategy. Yeah, I had a name for this at some point, didn't I? I don't know, but the point is, you know, you get railguns, AAVs, missile ships, right? Whatever faction it happens to be. It's a strong one, especially strong for Coalition because the upgrades are shared here, but he definitely wants to be getting mag accelerator, and I don't think he can fight. Oh, the health is really low there, I didn't realize that. But yeah, he needs some more rails probably before he can take that fight. Base runner gonna chip in here a little bit maybe. he will. Bomber's going to take a lot of fire here, but they are going to get out. So this is going to be dead sport cruiser for sure. I don't see any way that can be helped, but it's probable, I'd say, that a bomber will get killed on the retreat here. And you know, you start whittling those numbers down, you start getting rid of the things. Oh, I thought these were 2 anti-air turret posts. I was like, that's an interesting play that's about to work out. No, that's not the case. But these bombers are gonna maybe get out. What? Okay, you gotta get the missile batteries, like, get them moving sideways, because this is a good play for God Hates Weebs, but you can maybe punish it. Also, these guys really should be at the sport cruiser, just getting healed, but he's gonna get out. Oh, you're bad, man. I mean, maybe. No, he looks good. Oh, they're gonna have to dock with the carrier, though. That's gonna be bad. Yeah, so you can actually micro this. He's microing it. Look at that. What a legend. This one is still gonna die, but yeah, you can micro it so that, you know, they don't hover over the carrier while they're waiting to dock. One of them does get taken out there, so. What? Are you docking from that far away? You're joking. God Hates Weebs activating his hacks over there. ALM's actually claiming those railguns, though. That fight was good for Frosty, I would say. I think that was a good thing for him to do because he killed a bomber, but he did lose some units over on that side. But look at the anti-air net again, though. Still got that turret post in the middle. You got 2 here, 4 here, actually, with another anti-air turret post. Wow. So Frosty's saying a big no to losing units to these bombers anymore. He's like, no, look, I have coverage. Only problem is he doesn't have great coverage against these guys, the ground units. And that's kind of the danger of this strategy, is that God Hates Weebs can transition out of it. If you're still trying to deal with those bombers at that point, you're kind of in trouble. Frosty is teching, for example. I think he should just kind of stay with the armor composition. I think that's doing good things for him. He's going to find himself a little bit, you know, lacking on ground units here in just a moment. Really big potential for air bursts here. What do they call it? Mortar. One of them going to get launched. It's pretty good. But those, like, both of them hitting there would take all these rails down really low. Mag Accelerator just now finishing for God Hates Weebs. We don't have it at all for Frosty. I think he needs that. But look at this, though, ground turret. I like that a lot, actually. And actually, there's so many base runners on the field. I'm just kind of now noticing this. That's good, because that's going to be a lot of artifact pressure. Turrets can be set down too, of course, which is good for those bombers. You know what I just realized, though? If these missile batteries go down, and they will, okay, there's actually a window for the bombs to come in and strike at the main once again. Or just for the ground army, too, and that's definitely where it's headed. That could be tricky. Also, I'm looking at this turret now a little bit more skeptically. I think it's, gonna get hit by these rails? It's not in vision, actually. No, it is. Okay, so they don't have line of sight. Alright. I'm never sure with this this platform here. I'm never sure if I have line of sight through it or not. Good counterattack here by Frosty. This is especially good when your opponent's army is bigger than yours. It's kind of like you just pulled a prank on him or something. Because he's obviously got the bigger army, but here you are. Oh, when bombers are going to launch on this, you are going to die to death. That's not good. Yeah, he sees it, he backs away. Didn't drop the bomb, though. He's still going to die. What? God Hates Weebs, the master of bombs. Now, you'd love this guy to dock here before he gets killed somehow. He does dock, okay. Sport Cruiser will go down, mind you. That was a quadruple airburst, I missed that. That was probably really cool looking. Sure, he ain't gonna do his best, but he is dead. He's gonna take him out. No. Okay, so this is actually still looking really good, though, for God Hates Weebs, but Frosty can take it back if he can get an army big enough to deal with this. The LAVs, okay, this is actually really good. There's only 2 AAVs here. Smoke is not gonna be very good. No upgrades for Frosty, but it's only armor 1 for God Hates Weebs, so this is going to be some real dead railguns here. Mark target getting used, that's a really good move. But the assault cruisers are, there's only one of them, and it's nowhere near to be seen. Bomber going to launch here over the anti-air again. Is he going to make it, though? No, he will not make it. This one will die. That's 1 bomber left now for God Hates Weebs. Railguns, almost all of them getting smacked down. Frosty suddenly has secured his position really well. This is great for him. And both of them actually just have tech to artillery. Okay, I heard it on God Hates Weebs' side, but Frosty's got that tech too. I'd love to see him build that, because artillery is a really good move. You've got the carrier getting powered up, you can put artillery, so now you've got kind of like coverage against strikecraft and stuff like that. Artillery is just always a good choice, really. Carrier power just makes like your hard-hitting, you know, close range and stuff like that, and you can fight off this army really nicely, I think. So, yeah, get building those artillery cruisers, man. Oh, maybe he is. Okay, yeah, I didn't see in the production tab. He's halfway done with something, and we don't know what it is, so... LV's coming in here, really want to get that last kill on the railgun. I wouldn't bother, actually. They're going to take a lot of damage from AAVs here. I don't think you really need it. Seeing range on the carrier is getting really foreign to me as I'm starting to like practice Con F a little bit more. This doesn't look right, you know. Heavy Vehicles 3 finishing now for Frosty, that's great, but no mag accelerator. I'd really like to see that. But he also got LAV armor 1. Uh-oh, we've seen this before. Okay, you can dodge bombers though, but I don't know if he's going to. Oh, they're going through such a choke right now too. ALMs too are gonna stun them. Oh. That's so bad. Oh no. Artillery actually is finished, by the way, forgot its boots. I'll have to back these guys out. I want to be careful over there. Well, it's artillery and 1 assault cruiser. I actually like that mix there. But these guys just getting hammered on. The thing is, Coalition artillery has a really powerful indirect barrage. It's like twice as many missiles as the Gaussian one. Wait, did you just fire those? At who? Oh, these. Okay. That was a little confusing. There's 2 assault cruisers, right? 1 artillery cruiser. Power 4 coming up from God Hates Weebs. Yeah, Frosty can't push. Well, then you know what he should have been doing, probably, is having the assault cruiser move out on the back line, especially because this guy's really weak. You just gotta poke him. Ooh, turrets maybe, even with the base runner, but I don't know. All those LAVs dying, that was really quite sad. This is something you have to keep in mind when your opponent still has bombers around. Is that they are pretty nasty to strikecraft if you get them in the right scenario. Microwave emitter getting tech now by God Hates Weebs. Always a bit of a tilting upgrade. Let's see what it's able to do. So mag accelerator is on the way for Frosty. Oh yeah, he's powered up the heals, that's very nice. I was about to say he should do that, and then I looked and he had, so... What a baller. So there's a lot of anti-air, which is good. I don't know, these cruisers just seem a little bit too passive for my liking, but at the same time you gotta realize Frosty is actually on game point with these artifacts here. And that's going to be significant here. They're on equal power reserves, but he's obviously got a lot more of an advantage that way with the artifacts. Is Bomber going to come up here? I think it was going for the artifact maybe, I'm not sure. Manages to net 3 railguns actually, which is really nice, but he may go down? No, I think he's going to get out. Yeah, he's getting out here. And so Frosty going to play it totally for the high ground, but here's what you do in this scenario, right? If this scores, you win, so it's easy to think, okay, just throw everything at it, but actually you should come around on the back line, because now you say, look, I'm going to win now, and your opponent's like, well shoot, I got to stop that. And then meanwhile, you're killing this, you know what I mean? And there's just nothing you can do. That's like the advantage you've got with this kind of pressure. Microwave emitter a little bit sloppy, just goes right on top of the base runner, so by the time it hits, he's almost out of the field. I don't know if you can see that little graphical effect there. He's not taking damage from this. That's a little bit of a, like, entrapment play, I guess. That's not really what you want. Oh, attack missile barrage right here. That would be so nasty. Double airburst comes in and it's good, actually. That carrier just doing a lot of damage in general. I think this is, no, it's not. 52 HP on that guy. Who's hitting him? It's an LAV. Tell me an LAV is gonna kill this guy. That would be so funny. He is. This guy, he's a captain. I don't even know what's going on around the map. Okay. Yosarion, what a baller. Oh, you gotta be moving. Yeah, no, I think at this point there's no stopping the extraction here. Frosty had another one up his sleeve, which is... Ooh, well, there's one way to stop it. It's the carrier. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, he's gonna make it through. He's okay. He's okay. There's actually nothing on the back. Like, behind this for God Hates Weebs, so that was gonna work either way. Jeez, give me a heart attack though. Bomber even is launched to try to kill it. I like that move there, but yeah, the Saban carrier could probably wreak some havoc as it came around the side there, but Coalition carrier going to do better at that, and there's going to be another extraction at some point. So yeah, Frosty was going to have that anyway, but it's so hilarious to see him carrier blocking like that. Where's our guy? Where's Yosarion? Tell me he didn't die. He's dead? Ah, that's so anticlimactic, man. Darn. He kills the assault cruiser and they come in on like his comms, whatever, like, dude, guess what? You're a captain now. He dies. But he was a captain at some point. Didn't ever think you'd see a Sagald piloting a carrier, would you? Okay, map 2. Enough of my shenaniganry. CPU getting hotter. GPU also getting hotter. Actually, they're both capped here, so it's pretty clever. It knows how to stop it from gaining temperature, but that's why I'm getting the frame rate drops, just because that's how it does it. It like, whoa, chill out, dude, and you know, it doesn't work as hard, and then yeah, and then we lose frame rate. All right. Sorry for the 500 APM, you know, spectator mode here. So what's gonna go on this time? Oh, I didn't notice that before. He's actually putting 1 on RUs first, so he's probably done a bit of research into it then. LV Fab comes first. I think this is what we saw last time. I'm actually gonna watch God Hates Weebs here because I want to see what the plan there is. He doesn't retire the base burner scene. I find that a little interesting. So he's just saving up, you know, he is going to queue 2 salvagers then, put him on the second. Whoa, what is that move command? I think maybe he doesn't know how to carry and rotate either. Again, just put the V right there and then drag it outside of that green circle and he'll carry and rotate for you quite nicely. So the limiting factor here is the RUs. I think actually it maybe makes sense to put 2 on RUs first when you're doing this build. Still at 140, so he's got a bit of time to go before he can get that, but he's at the CU count. So that's the thing, yeah, you don't need CUs as much as you need RUs, right? So queuing these extra salvagers probably good. Dealing with some LAV aggression, probably okay as well, but we'll have to see. 200 RUs. It's coming. It could be quick drop right now, probably, because they drop 20 in the mod instead of 40, by the way, if you didn't know that. But yeah, then he goes up to fighter and gunship. So he's getting this at like the minute and 45 mark. Yeah, I think it could be faster if you put them on RUs first. Of course, these kinds of one-base Soban openers are always a little risky. I don't like doing them. When I play Soban, I always go Sport Cruiser first, and the reason is because you don't have any healing at all, so whatever damage you take on anything is like permanent in the early game, you know what I mean? And that's always just a little dangerous. It makes it very hard to hold, I guess. So if your opponent does choose to rush you, you're really kind of in trouble. And that looks to be Frosty's plan here, although I'm a little worried about how that turret is going to fare with the targeting jammer available as well. And you can see, God Hates Weebs knows that he's shadowing him with his base burner there. Defender's advantage also pretty real here. This is one reason we see Galzian do this more often than Coalition. Because Frosty does have more LAVs, but he's not feeling like it, because they're still kind of streaming in off the map there. Targeting jammer's put down, that's just going to be denied. In fact, the ALM is going to be able to kill it too. And Frosty really should have had his LAVs with the base burner, or at least he should have realized what was going on when this guy was tailing him there. So this attack will be repelled, and that's probably bad news for Frosty, because we know that God Hates Weebs has got a plan here that takes some time. And I think he's gonna get a lot of time like this. He's kind of earned it in some way. AV Feb comes out first. Okay. That's definitely a change, right? I think it is. Because I don't think we saw him do that before Bomber last time. I wasn't really paying enough attention to say for sure though. We do see Sport Cruiser on the way from Frosty. God Hates Weebs not building that, and that's one thing I think he should do. Frosty does clear out the turret, but the ALM I think actually already killed it, although it might have been Might have been killed by LAVs or something. At any rate, he did get rid of it. It's important to remember that the targeting jammer does not actually kill units, it just disables them, so if you actually leave them up there, they come back. Look at this though, Frosty gonna go for it again, and actually the cooldown is only a minute on the turret, and it's 90 on the jammer, so he's gonna get this one down. Okay, this gets interesting now. But the turret has not got much health left on it, and it is gonna be killed here. Okay, turret probably not worth it in that case then. Ooh, good targeting jammer there. Kind of a weird move out of the base runner though, because he takes a lot of damage that way, you know what I mean? But see, Frosty I think is understanding this. He's taking the pressure off. Definitely wants to reroute the support cruiser back over there. He's gonna get it. He sees it now. But he's kind of taking the pressure off now and expanding his eco, and that's a really good move. That's very promising, because it's very easy to overcommit to these attacks when they've already kind of failed, you know, and just keep going for it. But one thing you can do is kind of keep on the pressure, but start, you know, building your eco up, and then your opponent kind of falls behind you without meaning to, so I like it. Support Cruiser's got to be on the way now for Guardian Sweeps. He's got the money, he's got the time. I say time because, of course, Tac Bomber Fabrication is still about 35 seconds out. And another turret still set up by Frosty, so he's very adamant he's not giving this up yet. And blind teching the missile batteries too. I feel like he gets it, you know. This is definitely what I wanted to see from him, so. Because, you know, Guardian Sweeps has only really got like 2 or 3 strategies that he's using, and they all involve air. So, people are wisening up. Excusez-moi. As I clear my throat. Is that turret gonna clip these LAVs? I think it is. That's good. That's really good. Base runner goes down 2. Also quite good. Look at that. These LAVs can actually compete now. He's gonna run off, but he should just chase, right? With an AV coming up 2 to continue the pressure. Magnifique. We got AVs coming out now from Guardian Sweeps. He kind of has to, I think, because he needs to defend here, and so that's delaying his bomber timing, which are pretty expensive units. I can't see how much, of course. Spectator mode is a little jank in DOK, but you'll have to trust me, those are expensive units. So he's not gonna have those just now. Scoreline's 1-0 actually, Frosty also extracting. This is a really good start for him, I gotta say. Straight into assault cruiser fabrication before queuing bombers. How interesting. How interesting, because all that money into the air tech is pretty much just wasted, right? I guess the money into anti-air tech is wasted for Frosty too, but that's a lot less. And in fact, he's going for air now. It's interesting to see. I just don't know what to think. I guess God Hates Weebs has kind of decided, like, this isn't working out, I need to switch it, and he's left air tech, but that's gotta feel bad, you know? Like, you can't be feeling good about that move there. By the way, this AV on his own, I think he killed the turret because he can get up to him. This turret probably wants to be right on the ridgeline, but it's not. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's actually got vision there. It's really hard to tell what's got line of sight and what doesn't. Looks like the carrier's gonna clear him out, but you're actually sacrificing eco to do that? I don't think that's a good move. Oh, yeah, he's got a targeting jammer. Well, you don't need the carrier then. I think he kind of realized he's backing away now. Also, look how much damage the carrier took from the turret. Not used to seeing that. LAVs come streaming on in. Not going to get anything done here, I don't think. Smoke's even on the support cruiser in case he needed it. That's always a good move, because I've talked about this before, but that damage is hard to recover, so... And Guardian Sweep's making another support cruiser here, but he's also getting the assault cruisers up already, so... Frosty gonna be wondering where that air switch is. Gonna get worried, because the longer he doesn't see it, the more he expects there's even more of it, but it turns out that's not the case. This time, though, he's making a good move, getting the strike fighters up, because... I don't know, that way you don't have to invest into missile batteries to get, like, prepared for that air transition, which in fact is not coming. And so if it doesn't end up coming, then you actually have a unit that still has utility on the map. Otherwise, the missile battery is not terrible. We saw it used to pretty good effect, I think, in the last game, but it's not what you want, you know what I mean? So here comes some strike fighters launching from Frosty first, and that's quite interesting to see. He should have waited, I think, actually, build up a little bit more of these guys. Maybe even go for like a base snipe here, because you know you can attack that main. There's no anti-air or anything. That is actually where he's headed, but see, he's got 2 more in the pipe. He just needs to send them out. Hold on. So what exactly does in the pipe mean? So maybe that means to send them out. Point is, he ought to be doing a thing here, which he's not. So one of these strike fighters still targeting an AAV, which is a little frustrating. Here come 2 more. But yeah, I mean, you really want to send them all out at the same time, for sure. And in fact, missile battery fabrication coming up from Gladiate's Weebs. The air player himself getting anti-air. Isn't that just wrong, man? Anyway, Sport Cruiser is taking damage here, though. Missile battery fabrication is still, like, done. Okay, it's actually already done. But I have a feeling that Gladiate's Weeb's not going to be able to hold on to that Sport Cruiser, I think. But we'll have to see. One thing that I should definitely point out to him, though. Actually, smoke doesn't stop air units from targeting people. And so if you smoke up your Sport Cruiser, you're actually just wasting the ability. Squirrel has 1-2, by the way, so Frosty's extracted more, but Gladiate's Weebs has just gotten one of his own. Assault Cruiser is out here. This is a pretty big power spike, potentially. He should push on it, try to take out this railgun. It's not known that he's there. It will be in just a minute. Yeah, now they know he's here, so... yeah, you want to get doing something with that thing. We're back to slideshow levels of frame rate. That's unfortunate. Gladiate's Weeb's a little bit slow to get up onto his 3rd base there, but he's trying. He's doing a thing. He's doing a thing. Look, there's even anti-air, like, turret posts getting set up here. That's hilarious. Okay, right. Well, missile batteries are getting into position, but they're not there yet. Frosty needs to launch this other strike fighter here, but he could kill that support cruiser. I'm fairly certain. These guys are not going to cut it, actually, because of the ALMs, which do, like, actual damage in the patch. Oh, and this is an AAV, too. That's probably impactful. Anti-air turret post seems pretty useless here, but you still don't want to lose it. So this is, you know, a decent pickup for Gladiate's Weebs. No, it's not. He doesn't even get it. But yeah, Assault Cruiser does go down, and a single tac missile will land on there. Nice try there. That's obviously a good move, but it didn't work. He did get smacked down there, and bombers are on the way, actually. What a curious game! That's an interesting idea, you know, to say, like, look, I will make him, but just not yet. That's basically what he's done there. Oh! Yeah, if you can poke him with the missiles here, he just comes in with the bombers and boom, takes him out. I see. Yeah, it's kind of a pity that didn't work then. In fact, I think the missile barrage was inaccurate, too. The bomber launch is way too early, though. Oh, no. Oh, no. So he's revealed the tech there. Because we knew he had it, but we didn't think he was going to make it, if we're, you know, talking from Frosty's view, right? But now it's all too obvious. What's the power of the weapons here, by the way? Probably could have killed off the space printer. Ooh, okay, he's probably going to deny it with this ALM here. What is this monstrosity? The bomber actually does pretty good damage there. This base printer has 7 HP. Come on, you gotta stop this. Oh, he's out of... Alright. Oh, here comes another one. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Oh, he got through. You're joking. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, so not gonna get extracted at the end there. What's going on elsewhere on the map? I don't even know. Ooh. See, look, he can kill this Sport Cruiser. You're gonna lose some to the missile battery? Yes. That is worth it, in my opinion. No, don't leave. Don't. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's too bad. That is... Naya. Schade. Okay. So where are we right now? Gladiate's Weebs is actually building artillery. He lost quite a lot trying to stop that thing, that extraction. Frosty definitely has the better army here, but he's having trouble pushing, it looks like. I think he should just be a bit more aggressive with it. After all, the railgun's trading damage with the carrier is going to be good at this point. Oh, and you can even kill off his artillery, can't you? And then, I don't know. Oh, what the? There's no support cruiser here from FrostyTeeth. How long has that been like that? Well, he's got the money for it. Ooh, that's not good. That's one of his problems for sure here. Yeah, he definitely would have more on the field, I suppose, if he had another support cruiser. And hey, think about that. Like, you'd have so many units at that point, right? Because this is already quite a lot. It's more than your opponent, but you could have even more. I love that this targeting jammer is like still alive over here, just because why not? You know? No one's really got any reason to kill it, so. Bomber's launching out here now. So there's anti-air here, but look how clustered up everyone is. Like a bomber coming in on that approach, you get a lot of stuff done there. Not gonna be pretty. Support cruiser anti-air comes out and I forgot it's Weebs trying to protect his mains. I like that. Especially because you know this one's under attack, and the missile battery wasn't enough to hold him off. He should be dead, really, but bomber getting real close to death here, actually. Oh, he kills a lot of units there. And the artillery doing a lot of damage too, and the carrier getting involved as well. That's really bad. Yeah, you gotta be careful. I mean, when you know your opponent's got splash damage weapons, just try to keep them unclustered. I used to get, like, murdered by cruise missiles all the time, because I was very lame, I was very lazy with, I was very lame back then. I was very lazy with clustering units, and so, you know, cruise missile launch detected, take evasive action, and I would just die, like, there was nothing left for me. Same thing stands for bombers, you know, you've got to make sure you are careful about keeping them spread out. Yeah, army for FrostyTeeth looking quite anorexic at this point. I think he loses a bomber here, just body What? No! You can't do this kind of thing, it's illegal. You're joking. How does he do this? I swear, he's got some kind of magical ability to keep these guys alive. It's just not even fair. Oh, man. You're joking, aren't you? Crazy. And look at how many missile batteries he's making. That's kind of crazy. He doesn't really need that, just a couple. Because, you know, with bombers, you don't lose people on passes where you get out, but with strike fighters, you do. You always lose, like, one or two. So, I think just a couple missile batteries there is okay for him. He doesn't need that many missile batteries, but this guy's dead for sure, though, right? No! 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 Oh, no. Oh. That's so bad. Oh, I think Frosty's losing for sure now. That's... oh, no. I'm not gonna lie, I actually do have the outcome of this game spoiled here for me, but I won't tell you yet. Oh no. Oh no. The Unimind. Oh no. Oh dear, that's not good at all. Alright, well. Support cruiser anti-air finished too. No, there's no support cruisers here. There should be though. Keep some of the army there, keep them healed up and juicy and whatever. For instance, he is going to lose one artillery cruiser here. Could maybe have saved it with a targeting jammer. Is he still alive? Okay, no, he is going to die. Yeah, no, definitely could have saved that with a targeting jammer then. Could have really reduced the damage output on that guy. Weebs posturing very aggressively here to stop the extraction. We don't usually see carriers up this high unless you're actually the attacker. That's the more common thing. You'll notice a lot in kind of the lower levels, it's not so much of army on, like, backstabs on eco, it's just like army on army, right? I feel like that's kind of what we've got going on here, so. These guys very vulnerable still, like, this guy's really damaged. Frosty not really keeping his eco particularly safe either, but no, we tend to see, the armies fighting instead here, so that's why this carrier's up here on this area instead of kind of trying to push down through the middle, which is more standard. Powers are 4 coming out now for God Hates Weebs. Remember, you don't need 5 of Soban to get the cruise missile, but you do have to tech up to it. Just kind of a weird thing. I wonder if maybe we should, like, reverse that. Space Runner are going to be smitten right here. Let's go down. But same as to be said for God Hates Weebs Space Runner. Frosty maintaining that edge in artifacts then, but definitely doesn't have the carrier power edge. His army's starting to get a little bit healthier here, but there are a lot of artillery cruisers, right? Oh, there's 2 of them. But that's still quite a lot. Definitely going to lose an assault cruiser right here, although he fires the attack missiles first and gets the barrage off. That's really good, actually. Those guys going to go down. This guy should be safe then, but I'd probably boost him to get him out. Just a little bit faster. And bombers are going to launch again. Remember, there is still one of these guys, apparently. There's 2 missile batteries here. They're going to go down. Skadoosh. Well, one of them will. Is this guy going to get out? I mean, it's God Hates Weebs. Of course he'll get out. Yeah, I'm just used to it now. I can't believe he's so good at keeping those guys alive. Like, I don't know how he's doing that. A little bit of an attempt on an attack here, but Savon bases tend to be a little harder to fight. The big advantage to that faction. Missile battery attempting a mortar here, gonna miss, but these LAVs gonna have a hard time getting out because of all the ALMs that are kind of stalking him here. AV is also in position. He's actually just set to guard. We don't usually see guard command deal with it. At least I never use it. Artillery assault cruisers being built here. Looks like very cruiser heavy focus by God Hates Weebs. I like it here in this scenario though, quite a lot. Especially pushing up with that carrier can be really nice. Oh, the aliens aren't charged actually. That's one reason why this is going better than I thought it would. In fact, if he loses this one, he's not going to have attack anymore, but he doesn't. Strike Fighter's still trying to see what they can do, but there's actually a lot of anti-air here for God Hates Weebs, kind of surprisingly. Triple artillery hitting on this carrier now, and not in the good way. They're not telling it how cute it is, they're trying to kill it. God Hates Weebs really needs to power up his carrier here, but Attack Missile Barrage comes in, that's a real carrier chunker right there. Look at the damage on that. Ooh, that's nasty. And I think that definitely should be a dead carrier there. God Hates Weebs, by the way, firing kind of accuracy all the way. Okay, so keep some in the range, put most of them in the weapons, okay? You can figure it out eventually. Definitely not been the most impressed by his carrier fighting skills so far. Like, you see he's not actually shooting at all here, but he doesn't need it though. The cruisers are going to take it, and that brings him to 1-1, making it a tie. Now, I mentioned how Heiser plays didn't get any games in. That does actually mean we have a tie in the Group A between these two, and they're going to have to play a tiebreaker. I think I'm going to go ahead and cast it now. But that is the end for this video. 1-1 going to be the scoreline there. So, I don't know, I usually had given the edge to FrostyTeeth previously, but I'm starting to see God Hates Weebs as a bit of a stronger player, so it was a fun match to watch. Hope you guys enjoyed that too. My computer didn't. Look how hot he's getting. Anyway, that's a different story.